Good morning, Mr. Morrow. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Petoskey Pete. I'm doing great. I'm at the boat launch at Fayette State Park in the Upper Peninsula.
Can you tell me what you saw?
Yes, I can. It was interesting. There was a DNR truck here. It was a big tanker truck with a big, huge hose stuck out into the water. He was putting 40,000 walleye 2-inch little babies into the lake.
How did he get them from the truck into the water?
Well, he had a big hose, and then he kind of just had the truck parked at an angle, and the fish flowed out at the back, and he washed them, the rest of them out. The sad part was, he said only about 25% will grow to maturity in 4 years.
25% of 40,000 fish?
Yes.
So what happens to the rest of them?
Well, they die, and they get eaten by other fish, and that's kind of the food chain of lakes.
So where did all these little baby walleyes come from?
They came from a lake that the DNR owns, where they raise them to a certain size, and then they net them. They pick them up with nets, and some of the fishes get damaged with the nets too, and that causes them to die too. But there's a huge pond where they raise all these fish, and they plant them all over the lakes in Michigan to have game fish for people to fish and bring them back to prominence in our lakes.
So tell me about the timing of why he had to work so late into the night.
Because the planting of the fish is very critical. They have to be planted when they're 2 inches. If they were planted in successive days, then if some of the fishes got even a 1/4 inch bigger, they would try to eat the smaller fish, and it doesn't work. They would both die.
So a 2 1/4 inch fish would eat a 2-inch baby?
He would try to, but he couldn't do it.
Tell me then, what did you see in the water when he was planting them? What other things did you see?
Because this is a lake, it wasn't raised in like a fish farm. So there were tadpoles, we saw salamanders, and a couple of crayfish all coming out of that same group of that came out of the truck. So I'm sure in other plantings the same thing happens.
The man said something at the end about how schools can get involved. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was interesting. There is a program the government has. I don't remember what it was called, but through their local fish hatchery, there's you can have an aquarium at the school, and you can see a fish raised from a baby to a somewhat mature fish that can be planted in a lake, and the kids can watch it grow up and then have part in planting it in one of your local lakes.
What if we want to do that in Caledonia? What do we have to do?
Well, I believe the local fish hatchery there is located in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I believe it's called Wolf Lake Fish Hatchery, right on M43. I've seen that before. I've never actually stopped in. So I think you guys should contact them and see about that program.
Thanks for teaching me about the fish plant here in beautiful Lake Michigan on Big Bay Denok.
Big Bay Denok, correct. That's a huge bay in Michigan. The kids could look it up. And the bay where Fayette is located is called Snail Shell Harbor. Very small, neat little harbor about the town of Fayette. That was an industrial complex, but a great area, beautiful, crystal clear water. Very, very cool.
Thanks, Mr. Morrow. Have a great day.
Okay, Pete, you have a great day too.